Hello and welcome to Excel Sutra. In this Interview Sutra series, I am trying to come up with the functions which are most asked in Excel interviews. And today I have came up with a scenario which is somewhat complex for finance executives, but it is widely used scenario and function into cost optimization models or what if analysis models. It answers questions like how we can how we can use all available alternatives to get minimum uh, cost value or maximum profit value. So or we can also use this function to get set value. I mean, if you want some set to if you want that profit only, so this solver function can work into that as well. So and also in solver I have in mid I have explained how to get solver tool activated in your Excel. So without further ado, let's start. So now let's understand the scenario first. We have transportation cost per unit here. Depending on the retail store that we have in states of Maharashtra, Delhi, Telangana, Karnataka, and Bengal, and we have warehouses in these states like Goa, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Surat, and Tamil Nadu. To get better idea, I have given this map here. Orange states are the states in which we have our warehouses, and the blue states are in which we have our retail stores. So now in every warehouse there is a limited amount available quantity. Like in Goa, there are 1 lakh units available for ready for transportation. In Madhya Pradesh, there are 1 lakh 10,000 units ready for transportation. In Uttar Pradesh, there are 1 lakh 80,000 units like that. And demand for every retail store is here. We have in Maharashtra 181,000 as a demand. In Delhi, we have 2 lakh 1,000. In Telangana, we have 140,000 as a demand. In retail Karnataka, we have 1 lakh as a demand. In retail Kolkata, we have 130,000 as a demand. Now, these are cost depending on the distance the goods will travel. Like from Maharashtra and Goa, distance is minimum. So, transportation cost per unit is lower, 11. At the same time, when goods will go from Goa to Bengal, it is 84. Goods if goods transported from Uttar Pradesh to Mumbai, the costs are 64, but Delhi is relatively closer from Mumbai, so then it is 34. So this is how data is. Now, what do we want here is we want minimal costs to cater all this demand, and we have to decide from which warehouse we will supply to which retail store based on the cost, and we have to get minimum possible cost alternative to solve this scenario. So this is this is what they ask in interview for when they want to check your solver capabilities. So for this, if you start doing this by trial and error, it is gonna take forever. Like we have to go by ranking every distance. We have to check probability of every scenario. We have to check probability of every warehouse to every retail store, and then we have to rank them in order, and then we have to rank them in order of demand also. So it is a probability case, and it is going to take forever if you do it by trial and error. There are some ways where you can do it mathematically by solving formulas, but that is also very complicated. And frankly, in interview, we have to do this in 5 minutes. We don't have more time than that. So for this, Excel has come up with a very good tool, which is Solver. Now, in normal cases, Solver is here in Data tab, but when you install Excel, it is not by there by default. We have to go to File, then Options. In Options, we will go to Add-ins, and in Add-ins, I'll say Go. And now you have to check this box for solver add-in and say OK. So now you have solver available into your Excel, and you will have it here on data tab at last, solver. Now shortcut for solver is Alt A Y2. So now this opens solver. This is what I have solved before. So now I'll delete all this. I should say reset all. Okay. So now this is how you will get solver. In solver, you have to give objective. My objective is to change this cell to minimum. We can say maximum also. We can say whatever value we want also. I'm saying minimum. By changing variable cells, which cells should I change? I should change these cells. These are my variable cells. I was going to put value in these cells only. Okay. Now we have to define constants. Now here in this case we have two set of constants. One is this total should not be more than this total, this available quantity. I mean total supplies from warehouse cannot be more than available quantity in warehouse, right? And my second constant would be my demand is 1,81,000. So this total should be 1,81,000 only. It cannot be less, it cannot be more. Okay. So now I'll start adding constants. My first constant would be this should be exactly equal to this. Okay. Now I will add another. This should be less than or equal to this. And now constants are done, but we have to, I mean, we cannot supply some products in decimals, right? So we don't need decimals here. We want whole integers. So what I'll say is all this, whatever you are going to put into variable cells should be integer only. Okay, there are other options. You are free to explore after this. I'm saying now. Okay. So now all three constraints are added. Everything remaining the same. We have some options here also. We should not go into that now because it is about simplex equations and everything. Now I'll say, oh, so it has solved now. It is asking me that should I keep solver solution or do you want to restore your original values? So I'm saying okay to give me solver solution, and this is solution by solver. 2 crore 48 lakhs 15,680 is a minimum cost required to cater all these demands and supply. Now, if you want to check from Goa, from Goa to Maharashtra, there is a shortest, there is a least transportation cost required. So Maharashtra's demand is getting delivered from Goa as well as from Surat, which are the least cost alternatives. So this is the way solver solves things in seconds, which would have taken 5 minutes or 10 more minutes to do it manually. And we have 8,000 available in the Tamil Nadu warehouses. So this is how solver solves problem. I will come up with another. I will come up with next tools I have in my mind during Excel interview they ask. Until then, thank you.